warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oke, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Good morning to our friend and my lecture. Before we begin Zoom meeting, let's pray silently together. Okay, according to our religion. Start pray. Okay, finish. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Ismail, please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Saiful. Miss Nita, are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, everybody.
Hai.
Oke, let's salam PPG Indonesia.
Salam PPG Indonesia.
Yuk. Surga. Oke.
Thank you, Miss Nita. Miss Gesti, please for ice breaking, Miss.
Yes, sir. I will share the video, yes, sir. I cannot play with this one. I don't. Hello. I try to. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, I can. Cannot see. It's not appear yet. It's not already yet.
Can you see the video?
Sharing.
We just follow the instruction video.
Cannot see the video.
Already see?
Cannot see the video. It's not already.
Can I see?
Sorry Pak, nggak kelihatan guys.
Ya, iya nggak mat, puternya mah layarnya doang.
Can you see the video?
I cannot see Miss. I cannot see your video.
Ya bisa sih kalau Iwannya pakai.
Dia nggak boleh pakai HP.
You see the video?
Sorry itu speaking English. Not yet.
This video.
Kalau udah jam 9 boleh. Maksudnya udah beda lecturer.
Oh sama dia doang yang nggak bolehnya.
Mister,
Miss Rubiatun, your
Miss Ruby, unmute. Mute your microphone, Miss Ruby.
Can you see my video? Can you see my video? Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Question that you may reshare, like we did it yesterday, right?
My signal. Sorry. Okay.
Miss Ruby, unmute.
Please let's start with my instruction. Yeah. If I say it. In English or Indonesia, yeah, Mr. Ismail.
Could be in English, Miss.
If you happy and you
If
know,
you
please clap your hand.
If you happy and you know it.
Clap your hand.
If you happy
And you know it, clap your hand.
If
You happy and you know that you
Please
will
to show if you're happy and you know, please clap your hand.
Your hand.
If you happy,
Happy
you
and
say,
you know.
yes, I'm happy. I'm
Happy.
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 If you are good today, you give a good smile.
Nice.
And you really want to show it. If you happy, you say Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
That's all, Mr. Ismail. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you, Miss Kesti, for
Thank you,
your
Miss Ngesti. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Sofyan, we already done, sir.
Okay, would you please be a random one? Repeat one time. Business.
Miss Ruby mute.
Come on, Miss Nasti, repeat it one more time, please. Okay, I can't even hear your voice, Miss Nasti.
One more time, Miss Kesti.
Sir, I already sent the link, but how come I cannot make it to share it, sir?
Okay, try it one more time, please.
Yes, sir.
One more
I
time
will
for
share
I
to the.
speaking.
The file and try to
Yeah.
share it.
Okay, I will start again. You just follow me, ya friends.
Okay.
If you happy and you know it, clap your hand.
No, that
If
was
you
the
happy.
video that you prepared, Miss Nasti.
Sorry, sir.
Which one that you prepared?
I already prepared the videos, but how it cannot.
Okay, try to open up the video first, please.
Okay, sir. Maybe Mr. Ismail, I will share in the WA, ya, sir, ya, in the group, ya, sir.
Okay, come on. We are going to wait for that one. What kind of video did you prepare for us, please?
I already sent it, Mr. Ismail, in Daljab 2023, sir. In the group, sir.
Okay, come on, Mr. Ismail, help her out, please.
Yes, sir. Is it show?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet.
Not
Already yet.
Not yet.
Mr.
Is it so?
Yeah, that's it. Oh,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
it's
It's out, Miss.
it start. Yeah, it started.
Yeah, we
Yes.
can feel that.
Start.
The video is not clear.
Sorry. Full mode. Full screen mode. The video. Not clear.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Is it enough, sir?
Okay, to be honest, it's freezing and then not even a clear sound. It's okay. Just close your caption, please, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ismail, for help me.
Okay, would you please mute yourself, Mr. Ismail?
No, this come from the video, sir.
So where is it from then?
Come from the video. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I guess that should be enough, everyone. And then it seems like the speaking that you prepare, Miss Yasti, it is not went well. And then
It's working, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
all good. You need the help
Power off.
from to the video. Yeah, I hope this will be the last time that you are going to face some kind of difficulties, okay, while leading the speaking. Okay, we're going to start the session of the day. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. All my fellow English department students joining PPG Daljab. Alhamdulillah, today here is the 5th day, if I'm not mistaken. The 5th day of the first subject that you guys have for the PPG Daljab program. And then, based on the learning management system, our focus of the day here, we are going to get some kind of the presentations, some kind of the elaborations based on your final result of the literature review, and then also the interview. Yeah, when you guys explore your problem explorations. Yeah, because in the next meeting, for the last meeting, we're going to have the final moment. You guys need to decide which one from the problems that you are going to pick, and then you are going to make it as the chosen problem, and then you are going to make the teaching document. Okay, everyone? All set and clear? And then without wasting the time, now I would like to give a chance. Let's try to have a look at the what is it? The student worksheet 1.2 from Miss Nur Hidayati Sasmita. You'll be the first. Second one, it will be Mr. Ismail. Yeah, the third one, hopefully, it will be from Miss Nonop Sulistyawati. And then the fourth one, I hope Mr. Muhammad Saiful Maki gonna be ready to explain you guys student worksheet 1.2 based on the problem explorations. Come on, time is yours, please. Miss Nur Hidayati Sasmita.
Okay, thank you so much for the time, sir. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
You already see my LK 1.2, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it, please.
Okay.
Yes, Miss.
So this is my worksheet LK 1.2. I got two main problems. The first problem is students' difficulty in speaking, and the second problem is students' difficulty in writing using simple past tense. For the result of exploration because of the problem, I got the journal from Desiana Safitri and Miss D with the title Speaking Fluency and EFL Learners' Reluctance to Speak English Among Primary School Students, Factors and Evidence. Wait a moment, I need to zoom out. As you can see in this diagram, the green one is often, the student often worry about making mistake in front of their class when speak in English. They are difficult to find the appropriate vocabulary when speak English. They make mistake on pronunciation. They do thinking time. They take a long time to when they speak, such as well, something like that. They speak English word by word, and then etc. Next, we will see the based on the data analyzed above, it can be concluded that the 11 difficulties which adapt from Brown 2001 was happened by student. So all of the difficulties actually it almost not 100%, but 90%, I think it's come from the students because they have the confidence. They do not have the confidence. They feel shy, feel worry when they talk or speak English in front of their friends. And then for the 20% problem, I think it's come from the teacher. Me as the teacher in this school, the study is just one way learning only. The student even didn't ask me about the question if they already understand or not. And then they lack of vocabularies. And then the student do not know how to pronounce the words well. They don't know and they don't want to ask me a question. So for this number one problem, in conclusion, in my school, there are still many students that feel nervous, shy, unconfident, and think for a while when they speak English because of they do not have a lot of vocabularies in their mind. So when they start to speak English, they cannot think of anything to say, and they feeling doubt and hesitant to speak English. And then for the second problem, no. Okay, let me show you the interview. This is from Miss Lian Lili Lestari. She is certificate of PPG Daljab 2022. She suggests me that, Miss, you have to using role playing to make them confident. With role playing, they will act like no one can see us. So make them fun in learning through role playing, and then you can show them through the interactive learning such as video or maybe songs or maybe some short story in the YouTube, and then make them habit to speak. It's just a phrase or a sentence, but do not correct their pronunciation directly. Show them the Google Translate, and maybe they heard from the Google how to pronounce that word. And then for the another interview, this is come from Miss Haryati Sasmita. Actually, she is my sister. She is my senior also in the last school, and she is CGP calon guru penggerak. Dia sudah mengikuti calon penggerak. He's already follow CGP. Yeah, as same as Miss Lian, she told me that you can show the students short movie or role play that attract their attention, or maybe you can difference in student cognitive level, and then don't use just one way learning. And you have to use the method that support learning media such as interactive PowerPoint or maybe YouTube, etc. And then the interview is coming from my student. She is one of the smartest student actually in my school, but she got she said that I still don't know how to pronounce that word, miss, but if I try several times and I keep practicing, I'm sure I can do it. She said like that. Okay, from the second problem, I have students difficulty in writing using simple past tense. I taught simple past tense in the 6th grade just 2 months ago. I taught them the formula, but they still don't know how to change the verb 1 to verb 2 or verb 2 and verb 1, and they still not memorize about the formula. So this is I take one reference from Andi Endah Pratewil, Khairil Anwar, and then Muhammad Tahir, learning the simple past tense in narrative text, study of the difficulties experienced by year 11 high school students. Abdullah 2013 was about to point out mistake in the use of the simple past tense. It was discovered that many students make grammatical errors like in the change of the verb or maybe the vocabulary, etc. And in the other journal, I take an analysis of students' ability using simple past tense in writing narrative text. According to Pinter 2011, simple past tense is difficult to student for master because there is an irregular use of verb. So the student might confuse when I give them regular verb like a play, played, played, they understand. They have to put ed in the end of the word. But when they find irregular use of verb, they feel like, why it's changed so much? Like eat, ate, eaten, drink, drunk, drank. Why it's so different with the previous one, miss? So they have still difficulty in learning the verb changes, and then they even do not understand about the function of the simple past tense. And based on the Pinter, the second problem is the student are not be able to use negative, positive, and interrogative form in the simple past tense sentence. This is my interview with Miss Lian Lilin Lestari. She said to me, can you try maybe to make a poster for students remembering the changing of the verb? She suggests me to make a poster like irregular verb and regular verb for the students. I can maybe give them the poster like Ms. Lian said, and then I asked them to please memorize this vocabulary, and if you don't know how to pronounce it, you can come to me and I will test your memories about your vocabularies like that. And then the second interview comes from my fellow in the college in the university, Farhana Amalia MPD. She said that make them happy in the first of the beginning class, like you give them a song or chanting, and then try to find fun activities to teach simple past tense. Don't just focus on the formula, because when you give the formula directly, they will feel confused what it could be. And then you have to ask them, what did you do yesterday? Let the students to answer the question. And then if they still use verb one, it's okay. You have to correct it until they finish answer the question, and then you explain to them, oh, when I say what did you do yesterday, means that it's please use simple past tense to answer the question, like using verb to. Let's see, the verb to is eat. If you eat fried rice last night, use verb to eat. I ate fried rice last night, like that. She already told me that kind of suggestion. And then for the interview with the student, Kevin Zen Abdullah, he is not the smartest student in my class, not just a regular one. He's still confused because it's quite hard miss to memorize the change of the formula, and then I always forget the verb changes. I always make the same mistake when the positive forms we use verb to, and in the negative and interrogative forms I still use the verb to. I forget to change it to verb one. So in the summary, my problems in my school is the speaking skill. The student lack of vocabulary. They do not have any confidence to speak English. They feel shy. They feel worried about how to speak English properly, and then they do not have encourage. And then for the writing skill, they still do not know how to change the formula based on the formula simple past tense. And this is also reminds me, I'm a teacher, I should give them a fun and attractive PowerPoint maybe, or media of learning that can attract their attention, and they will happy and they will get so much knowledge that I teach them right now. Maybe that's it, Mr. Sofyan. Maybe anyone can comment or give me suggestion about my LK 1.1 and 1.2.
Okay, thank you, Miss Nurhida. The first student that raising her hand is Miss Ruby. Come on, Miss Ruby.
Okay, Miss Ruby, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Miss Sofyan. I'm sorry. At first, my laptop is trouble. Alhamdulillah, right now it's fixed. Okay, thank you for Miss Nur Hidayati Sasmita. I think the assignment for LK 1.2 is really good, and the way she's presentation are also really good. But my question is in the second column, in exploration result on the cause of the problem, I think we give the exploration about the problem, not give the advice, not give the
which one? The second column or
the
column?
second column in the exploration result on the cause of the problem. I think we should give the exploration, not give the advice
Solution.
or the solution. Okay, that's enough for me.
This
Correct
one
me
is
if
from
I am wrong.
the interview. Do you mean this one?
From
Yeah,
in your
from
interview.
in your interview
your
means
interview.
when in the literature, I think it's also good, correct. But yes, but correct me if I am wrong. Thank you for Miss Nur Hidayati and Mr. Sofyan.
Thank you so
Assalamualaikum
much.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Miss Ruby, I don't know if I'm right or not, but Mr. Agit let us if we interview our fellow and then they give a solution. Am I wrong? So what do have we put over here? The exploration or the solution?
I think the conclusion is not the solution, Miss.
This one is the
The
conclusion.
cause.
In column
Why your problem happened. It is something like that.
Causing why the problem happened.
Yes, the causing of the problem is in the column 2.
That's right.
But I put the causing of the problem in the third column. Like
Miss Nur Hidayati. May I?
Yeah,
Okay. Excuse me. Can you
Ini
scroll up?
disalin dan
Scroll up,
diterjemahkan ya.
Miss.
sorry, Miss Cicin, I cannot hear your voice clearly.
Can you scroll up, Miss?
Scroll up, all right. Which one?
The first table. Can I speak now?
Yes,
Belum
yes, sure.
dipanggil, sorry. Okay.
Go ahead.
For the okay, scroll up again.
Scroll up again.
For the column 2 and column 3, you haven't translate it to English.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for
for the second column, please scroll down. When you interview your
My student.
English teacher, no.
My English teacher. Wait a moment. This one, Miss Lian.
This is the solution from her, not the causes of the problem.
Causes of the problem.
I think that you have to ask the causes of the problem that you have. After that, she give the solution below like that.
Oh, all right, all right.
But for interview your student below, scroll down, please.
Yeah.
This is the causes, I think. That is, this is a correct, I think. Correct.
Thank you, Miss
This is
Cici.
a causes of the problem.
I already a little confused. How should I write about the interview, the solution, or the exploration, or the causes of the problem? Because I typed the causes of the problem in the third column. Maybe anyone can give me some suggestion.
The third column is analyze, Miss. Analyze, and the conclusion too. From the column 2. Analyze me.
That's right.
If correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct
Me
me.
too. I still don't know what is the
That to
correct
be
one.
not Miss Nur Hidayati and then the rest of you guys. Let's give a round of applause for Miss Nur Hidayati, everyone. Yeah. Okay, so note that you guys have to consider while filling the answer in every single column, you gotta read what is it, the instructions for each of the column. Okay, so not randomly putting every single random opinion on your guys' answer. Try to make sure the first consists of the problem identifications, explorations. Second one, the cause of the problem, yeah, and then last one, the analysis of the cause of the problem. Okay, so that's what you need to really consider while filling all of the answer. Yeah, for student worksheet 1.2. Okay, let's give a round of applause, everyone, for Miss Nur Hidayati. Thank you very much for presenting your worksheets. Now let's go with the next, please. Let's go with Mr. Ismail. Come on, Mr. Ismail.
Yes, sir. Okay, is it so?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, now it's visible.
I hear you.
Okay, here I have two problems identified. The first one is the difficulty in reading English words. And the second one is the lack of knowledge of grammar, especially about tenses. Okay, let's start the first one. Here I have the literature. Based on Godam's view, reading is a selective process in which the reader, guided by his knowledge of his native language, pick up graphic cues and relates them to syntactic, semantic, and phonological cues. These choices are then decoded and stored in short-term memory to be subsequently rated, tested, and associated with future decoded choices. Reading then involves the following factors. The first, knowledge of the language. The second one, ability to predict our guess in order to make the correct choices. The third one is ability to remember the previous cues. The fourth is ability to make the necessary association between the different cues that have been selected. And from the interview, I have Mr. Saripudin SPDI. He's the headmaster of my school. According to him, what makes the student get difficulty in reading are the students have no intention to study the reading, there is no habituation at school environment, and the students unable to pronounce the vocabularies well. The second one is comes from Mr. Miftahul Alim, MPD. He is a senior teacher here. According to him, English is not their mother tongue. That's the problem. And the second one, most of the students think that English is not important. And the third one, the students tend to learn English recklessly since they are not interested in studying English. And the third interviews come from Ahmad Renal. He is the 12th grade student. According to him, what makes his reading skill is difficult. He thinks that the pronunciation is difficult since he's not familiar with the vocabularies. And the second one is lack of the habituation to read the English vocabularies. Meanwhile, in the analysis on the cause of the problems, according to exploration result on the cause of the problem, we can analyze that the main factor of the reading problem is that students lack of knowledge of vocabularies. The second one, the student have no willingness in reading well. The third one, since English is not their mother tongue, they do not think English is necessary to learn. And the last one is the pronunciation is difficult. Move to the problems number 2, the lack of knowledge of grammar, especially about tenses. The literature is typologically English belongs to tenses languages. Meanwhile, the Indonesian language is tenseless. Based on this, most learners in Indonesia are having difficulties in understanding and using English tense and aspects appropriately. Moreover, Parrott says that some learners find choosing between the tense difficult because their language does not make this kind of distinction. At Parrott 2010, additionally, since English tense related to the change of verb which does not exist in the Indonesian language, co-workers say use offers from each one of the 2 or 3 most difficulties areas for English language learners to master colon 2008. So we can look at the interview from Mr. Miftahul Ali MPD. He said that what makes their difficult or I don't understand about the tenses, the student do not have enthusiasm either to study the basic of grammar or the tenses. The second one, the students have less of literacy and practice in or outside the lesson. The second interview is Miss Evi Purniati SPD. She is a senior teacher here. She said that change of the verbs according to their tenses are confusing the student. The second one, the structure of the formula is complicated. Meanwhile, from the third interviewer, we have Ahmad Renal from 12th grade student. According to him, that it was easy when the teacher taught it, but when it come to the practice, it was quite difficult. The second one, according to him, because the environment doesn't support him, so it is difficult for him to remember the tenses and the function. And let's take a look the analyzing. According to exploration result on the cause of the problem, we can analyze that Indonesian is tenseless. Meanwhile, English has level of grammatically. The second one, English grammar has the change of the verbs. The third one, the students cannot use the grammar well because they are rarely to learn it and to use it. The fourth one, the students found that between the learning process and the practice are not easy as they think. And the summary from these problems, number 1, the difficulty in reading is supported by many factors. They come from several backgrounds. The reference and the interviewers consider that what causes the students get this problem are lack of vocabularies and practicing. And the second one, the lack of knowledge of grammar, especially about tenses, causes by the different level of grammar between Indonesian and English. Indonesian has simple formula, meanwhile English has complex formula, including the change of the verbs for each tenses. Well, I think that's enough about my presentation, Mr. Sofyan. Is there any questions?
Okay, we're gonna go with Miss Henny. Come on, Miss Henny.
Thank you, sir. Assalamualaikum, everyone. I would like to ask to Mr. Ismail, it's about the second problem.
Yes.
Can you scroll down
This one?
again? The interview with your students. It write down that according to Ahmad Rainal that the environment doesn't support him, so it is difficult for him to remember the tenses and the functions. Do you think that environment it has the influence to the students in how to remember the tenses and the functions? Do you think that environments has the big influence for the students to remember the tenses and the functions? What do you mean about that?
Okay,
Can you
thank you for
explain
the
it?
question, Ms.
Thank you.
Henny. Well, according to him, that because tenses usually used for speaking, when you want to speak about present, past, or future activities, you have to remember or master about the tenses. So when the environment doesn't support him to use the formulas, so it is kind of difficult for him to use it. So you can say that when you want to do when you want to say something in present activities, it means that you have to know about the present simple, the formula and the verb one. But when you want to say something in English, but your environment don't support it, for example, your friend or maybe in his family surrounding don't or doesn't support what is it, make what is it, yeah, make him cannot able to use the formula well because the environment don't support him. I think that's it. Yes. So because when you want to speak something in present, future, or present, you have to know the formula. And when the environment don't support it by knowing the formula as well. For example, when we study English in the class, for example, I asked him to his friends, and his friend don't or doesn't reply him back in the tenses that's given, so it cannot be synchron or connected one another. I think that what means by why the environment is including the support system if you want to master the tenses. That's it, Ms.
So you
Henry.
have to change the remember the tenses, I think. I'm sorry if I mistake. Thank you,
Sorry, Ms.
Mr.
Henry.
Ismail.
Sorry,
I
Ms.
think
Henry.
you have to change. Environment doesn't support him, so it is difficult for him to remember the tenses. I think the remember the tenses is not quite fit with the statement. I think.
Okay. Thank you for the.
Thank you, Mr. Ismail, for the explanations.
Most welcome,
Next,
Mr.
let's go with Miss Revita. Come on, Miss Revita.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Ismail, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Miss Revita.
Okay. I'm curious about this school environment. You say that doesn't support the students' rights. I agree with that. My question is, Do you speak in English? I mean, do you full speak English while you were teaching?
50-50, Miss. I always speak English first, then I translate into Bahasa Indonesia because my student, most of them don't understand about sometimes the material or the instruction given by me.
What school do you teach? Is it senior, junior, or primary?
Excuse me, Miss, I cannot hear your voice.
I mean, your level.
Yes.
Or senior?
Senior high school.
It's
Vocational, SMK. Yes.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I taught in vocational. It's really fantastic experience for me because teenager is really more understand. I mean, understand easily when we talk to them about anything. So English is generations, right? So because of my students, because school environment is really important for us to make English more interesting for students. Unit rules for all the level. I mean, all the program like pariwisata or secretaries, perkantoran, right? Many programs, national. So you need to discuss with your principal. Like English is the first habits in your daily conversations. So if you go to somewhere like to go to the canteen or to go to the bathroom, or when they come, they need to talk in English. Whenever they are, wherever they are, instead of Indonesian.
Okay, thank you for the.
They that's it's an experience. In common instruction, I love teachers in Padang 9 years ago, and it works. And also here in Budimuedo Bintaro, when I came here 9 years ago, for the first time, this school, by school, but the habit, not English. So I asked principal, so are you a big liar? Because you use statement that this is bilingual, but no English in everywhere. Even Indonesian. So how come that we call this is bilingual schools? Because to choose English as our habit in conversations. That's my suggestions. But good luck, Mr. Ismail. It's really important for us to know environment first. So with our students, like of vocabularies or like of pronunciations itself. That's all. Thank you, Mr. Ian and Mr. Ismail.
Thank you, Ms. Revita, for your advices and your output.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ismail, and then also Miss Revita, and then Miss Henny. To be honest, when your friend here mentioning about some kind of different opinion, Mr. Ismail, especially based on the result of the interview, I guess you can claim that was the answer from your resources. Okay, so you don't have any kind of, what is it, any kind of the reason why they answer it like that one. Yeah, because Mr. Ahmad Reynal maybe got some kind of experience. Why that he mentioned here the environment doesn't support him. Yeah, so it is difficult for him to remember the tenses and the functions. That's based on the interview, the result of the interview. So all of us, we have a slightly different kind of experience, right? Okay, so when your friend here mentioning, I guess that's not based on blah, 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 blah. Okay, that will be their opinion, not Mr. Ahmad Reynal opinion. Okay, let's give a round of applause, everyone, for Mr. Ismail. Yeah? And then the third one, it will be Miss. No, again. Come on, Miss Nono. Which one is Miss Nono? Hello, Miss Nono. Where is Miss Nono? Miss Novia? Okay, since he is not responding, let's go with Mr. Muhammad Saiful Maki then. Come on, Mr. Muhammad Saiful Maki, time is yours, please.
Unmute, Mr. Maki.
Unmute your mic, sir.
Wait a minute, wait. Share mana?
Mana tanya mana? Nah, nah.
Balik lagi ke
Kembali
sini.
ke sana. Ke Zoom lagi. Sudah masuk belum?
Okay. Was upload. You can see my worksheet, my friend.
Yes, Mister.
Yes, sir, we can
Yes.
see that.
Okay.
Too small, yes.
Oke. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oke. Uh, I want to try presentation my worksheet to all my friend and my lecture. Exploration of the problem cause. Okay. I find problem that have been identified. Number one, students are not interested in the theme studied. Okay. From the literacy or referency, I found that students feel the stigma attached to the lesson taught, number one. And then student feel stigma attached, no teacher who teach. And number three, student feel monotonous teaching method. Okay, that is causes and problem that have been identified. Okay, I do interview to my headmaster in SMPN 20 Tangsel, Miss Frida Thessalonik said that teacher must be optimal in choosing them that are of interest to student. And then teacher choose them that are appropriate for teenager. Okay, that's Miss Frida say to all of teacher English teacher. You with my colleague, Mr. Nur Fuad. Okay, he is younger than me, but he is certificate. He say that teacher become a teacher must be can inspire student. Okay. Okay, so and then we teacher become a teacher that student like. Okay, that Mr. Fuad say to me. Okay, so I can after analyzing, okay, So that I say there are three uh, uh, based on the literature review. Okay, number one, stigma student that uh, 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 the lesson touch and number two, student feel stigma attached to teacher who teach, and number three, student feel monotonous teaching method. Okay, that is a problem that have been identified. Number one. Number two, I found teacher is less than optimistic. Okay. There is education from the identified number one. Okay, from Mr. and Mrs. Frida, I do interview. The learning approach taken is not yet student centered, number one. And then students do not understand what must be done to each stage during the learning process. And the number two, teacher are not conventional method, not yet accustomed to implementing innovative learning model in daily teaching and learning activities. And the last, students are not given the opportunity to search for information on their own. Okay. From my college, Mr. Fuad said that the group formation must be heterogeneous, and as much as possible, the group leader can help the group member to be active, and then not all students can be active. Okay, the conclusion after analyzing it based on the literature review and interview result, that looking for suitability between the two results conclude that the learning approach taken is not yet student centered. Okay, number two, students are not trained enough to complete LKPD in group. Number three, teachers are not used to implementing innovative learning model in the daily learning process. Number four, teachers do not train students enough to discuss and present in daily learning. And the last, the teacher is not optimal in monitoring group discuss. That is my presentation about.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Saiful. Now let's go with Mr. Damian, because you were raising your hand previously. Come on, Mr. Damian. Hello, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, come on.
Hello, hello. Yeah. Okay, Mr.
Okay, Mr. Damian.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Saiful. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Maki.
Maki, 20.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. I would like to know about your theme that what I can see this to can you scroll follow up, please? Okay. Yeah. You give about this the column 2. There are some research and interviewer. Can I see the interviewer, please? There is that. Yeah.
Yeah, I do interview with my headmaster and my colleague.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, yeah. Okay. I think it's much about the interviewer. You have we have an MGM test, right, in South Tangerang. Is it possible you can ask to Mr. Halim? I think it's more competent. Yeah. Then maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my suggestion.
If
Yeah, Mr. Halim. The second about the column 3. The
you with the other teacher. It's better. Okay.
Yeah. The third column.
Yes.
You don't put any conclusion here. I don't see, or I may make mistake maybe here. Maybe that's my suggestion, but I don't know. I can read this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you
Yeah, you're welcome.
for correction and suggestion. Okay, thank you, Mr. Damian.
Okay, Mr. Damian, thank you for the questions. I guess that should be enough. Everyone, let's give a round of applause for Mr. Saiful Maki. Yeah. Okay, and then you may stop sharing the screen, please, Mr. Saiful Maki.
Okay.
Okay, and then now it will be my turn to give the review from the 3 students that already explained their student worksheets. Yeah. To be honest, starting with the first students, mentioning about the student worksheet 1.2, it seems like only Miss Nur Hidayati, but only Miss Nur Hidayati is still making a complete kind of problem identifications that she put on her problem explorations. That's a good one, I guess. Yeah, that will be the first point. And then compare to Mr. Muhammad Siful Maki, and then also with Mr. Ismail. Both of you guys decided to choose 2 problems only. Yeah, for your informations, you guys gonna pick 2 problem only on the last meeting. Yeah, of the first subject, pendalaman materi. So for deep problem explorations, you guys need to make a complete one. Yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, I told you if you want to go easy way, so you may go easy way. So your score also will be an easy one. Yeah. And then if you make a complete one, so that will be better. Yeah. Because when you guys trying to complete your student worksheet 1.2, it's mean you guys still have all the list of the problem identifications, and then you can, and then, wait a second. Okay, wait a second. Okay, there you go. And then when you guys only pick 2 or 3 of the problem identifications, it seems like not the time yet for you guys to choose 2 selected problem. because two selected problems, it will be the last step that you're going to use for the last meeting of the first subject. Okay, everyone, that will be the first. And then second one, to be honest, starting with Ms. Nurhida, and then Mr. Ismail, and the next one with Mr. Saiful. It seems like it's still really difficult for you guys to find the most relevant kind of literature review. Yeah, I told you yesterday, when you try to put the result of the literature review, not only copying and then passing everything in your worksheets, but you need to understand what is it, the main point of the research, the main point of the book that you guys wrote. Yeah, so what is it? The connections between the reference and then also with the problem identifications that you guys have. Not only mentioning some random kind of the articles and random kind of expert or author's opinion, and then it's not related at all with the problem identifications that you guys created. That will be the second note. And then the third note, you guys need to consider also, what is it? In giving the interview to all of the resources that you guys conducted the interview for, so you're gonna need to focus on cause of the problems only, because that will be the student worksheet 1.2, finding the cause of the problem. Yeah, and then based on you guys' answer, it seems like you gave them a wrong kind of questions. They come with slightly different kind of answer. Yeah, so if you come only with the cause of the problem, so your resources while conducting the interview, it will be based on the cause of the problems only. Yeah, not even making random questions. Yeah, with the resources. And then you come with also random answer that you put on your guys' student worksheet 1.2. And the last one, my note, when you guys created this student worksheet 1.2, we have, if I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3 days to compile, to do some kind of deep analysis, deep kind of explorations, so we can come with a deep kind of deep problem explorations. Yeah, from all of the explorations consists of all of the problem identifications. So we can go with the last step, selecting 2 problems that we are going to use for the second subject of this PPG Daljab. Okay, everyone? Okay, I hope that will be clear enough for all of you guys. And then I just got the informations, Mr. Ismail, from Mr. Agit, that he is now conducted the second sessions. Yeah, because you're going to have the second sessions, inshallah, after Zuhur, 12:30. He is now currently joining, what is it? Guru Penggerak, some kind of the program. That's why he asked the permissions. So you guys gonna have the second sessions, inshallah, at 12:30. Okay, everyone. And then so you can have a break after this, a long break, I guess. And then please kindly put your guys' command, only 2 students, I guess, for the port meeting that we had yesterday. Okay, Mr. Ismail asked all of your friends to put their name and their command on our previous meeting. And then it will be the same also for this meeting, for today's meeting. Okay, I guess that's all, everyone. Yeah, I hope you guys gonna understand. For the last meeting, for the first subject that we are going to have for pendalaman materi, it will be the time for you guys to select 2 problems from all the problem identifications based on your guys' problem explorations, based on the cause of the problem, based on the literature review, based on the result of the interview. Okay, everyone, that's all I guess for today's meeting. And then I hope every single one of you are going to have a better score every single day that you join this meeting. Ya. Oke, that's all.
Mister,
Thank you, sir.
can I ask?
Thank you very much,
Assalamualaikum
Mr.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.